digital landscape. This fantasy world I create in a state of mind that keeps me inspired.
Hello everybody, welcome to EvonyBites. Glad to have you again. Today I'm going to do a little unusual video, if you couldn't call them all unusual already. And what I'm going to do is what I call just sort of a live play or free play preview. So I'm going to go into my account and sort of do what I would do every day. You know, I get up in the morning and you click around, you grab your dailies, maybe you feed your dragons, could pop into a few events, find out what you can turn in or claim or do. So that normal stuff that we go through and we do in our account, I want to just free flow go through that. And whereas initially that may sound boring or weird, actually it's the best way for me to go over a lot of little tiny details without just trying to make a video about what a chest is, or what it looks like to feed a dragon, or that'd be 100 little videos. Instead I'll just do one where I go through and do all this normal activity stuff, open some items, stuff like that. But while I'm doing it, I'll explain what they are, where they come from, how you use it, what it is, and it'll give us a good broad look at a number of things, and maybe create some questions and inquiries from you guys too about other things that we can offshoot and come back and do some videos on more specific things. So what is it I do when I kind of come in and tinker around and push on things? Let's just go through and take a look. One of the things I want to do is I want to go ahead and feed my dragon a little bit. The one I'm focusing on right now is Thebes. I'm a big defense player, as you probably already know, or if you're new to the channel, you'll learn. I try to focus on that, and so I really favor Thebes, who's on my wall. So I try to come in and push him up a little bit. I really want to get him to level 13. The reason for that being I've got him on 12 now. At 13 I get another 5% increase on my siege machine and ground troop attack and defense in city. Hospital capacity 2% I really care about, but I'd like to grab that other 5%. I just pushed my dragon up to 13. So I've been just tinkering with him. I'm not heavy feeding. I'm just sort of light feeding every day to kind of slowly get him to 13. 13 is a pretty big push. I like to use materials. I keep a lot of them. And red materials, get pretty good feeding. Oh, 9. Okay. So anyway, if you haven't fed dragons, basically you give them items that are listed here. This little circle and things that are available right here tells you how much experience it gives you in exchange for that thing. And you'll notice I leave a lot of things sitting there and I skip them. It's just not actually worth it at all. 1,000 of those medals right there, which are hard to come by anyway, for 38,000 points when I need a total of 72 million. No, you're not getting my medals, right? I'd rather spend 2,000 gems and refresh that and give the dragon something else that makes more sense. Obviously, giving a dragon this much materials at once while you're feeding your dragons makes it very difficult to make gear. So usually, most people are either making gear or feeding dragons, rarely both. I try to make some gear here and there's some Ott gear to go on my sub-gens still, but basically when I'm focused feeding dragons, that's all I'm doing. Alright, maybe I got those. Yep. Okay, anyway, that's about all I'm going to pop on him today. I'll just casually do that much here and there, and that'll eventually get me up there. Let's go into items, get that recorder out of my way. And I want to go in here and open up a few things. Because I like to just keep some items open. These anti-French coalition chests are interesting. Those are interesting boxes. Okay, what do I need to do? I want to take the chance to show you guys optional chests if you haven't seen these, and this will spin us off into a few different directions too. Optional chests are what come with purchasing the event packs, and then if you use a double purchase, you'll end up with 2 of those. Level 4, level 3. I've got some level 2s sitting here. So when you go to open one of these, I would suggest until you learn them, opening one at a time, because what you have to do is you have to go in here and choose out of each category what thing you want out of it. You don't get everything listed here, you only get what you choose, but it gives you some options to customize that for yourself. And on this first one, it's resources. If you choose to get all resources, you'll get far less. You can see here I could take all resources, all 4 types, but I only get 65 of each, 65 million. Or I can come over here and focus on one particular type of resource and I get a whole lot more, 200 million more. Now, if you know you're getting ready to, say, make siege, it's like, hey, I need a bunch of siege, I'm getting ready to use a bunch of stone, it might make sense to come in here and get 260 million stone. You know, if you're going to say, hey, I need to push my keep and I'm low on food, well, it might make sense to come in here and get 260 million food. If you don't have a preference on a resource that you really need, it's all right to just stack all your resources up. I'm going to go ahead and take stone because I am currently doing siege and I need it. On this one, you've got art treasure scroll chest, which, yeah, those are great. I've done another video on this. It's art hall, general hall. Yeah, I really do need them, but 6 of them. I'm trying to push champions right now, so I'll take them ruby necklaces and we'll go do our champion here in a minute. Excellent dragon coins are really good to feed your dragon. They give you great experience points. One of them doesn't really matter, but since I am trying to get my dragon up to 13 right now, go ahead and take that. I always take the runestone chest and material bag here. You get both out of that one. The reason I don't take refining stones is because I just always have a literal boatload. I don't need them. And on this last option here, we've got research stones, which are used to do your academy, your research, or your military academy. Tactic scrolls, which are used only in a military academy. And then 3-hour speed ups for researching. I was going to take speed ups. I don't really need any of that. Okay, so then when I open it, it gives me the things that I selected. And so those optional chests are pretty nice. Let's see, I wanted to go down here and... Ugh. I mean, I don't open a lot of this stuff because I just get a little overwhelmed when I go looking through things. There's some of those resource packs that I didn't have open. Oh, hey, maybe I got some of these. Let's go see if I got enough. Oh, we're just short of going to level 4 on that Globus. That's pretty cool what that thing gives you. If you guys don't have your, your treasure, one of your treasures opened up, or multiple of your treasures opened up, you try to do that. There's really nice buffs you get out of these. Obviously, I'm defense, so I went for all the in-city. Nice buffs on that. I wanted to go take a look at champions. That's something I do when I come in the morning. I've got Helen Max, finished her out. She's fantastic. I've been working on Esmeralda to get her maxed out now. I got her at 14, and then I just picked up Josephine the other day. And Josephine being on level 3 is easier for me to boost up right now. So I'll feed her, go ahead and get her to level 4. We'll see what that does. Now those ruby necklaces that I got out of the optional chest, you can see those right there. This is where they're used. And they give, fairly significant experience. So if you're using an optional chest to grab ruby necklaces, that's how you're seeing me get these champions leveled up here. Okay, so when you get a champion leveled up, you get to claim a chest out of here. It usually gives you a general or more. And you also go down here to champion skill on the bottom left and upgrade the next stat. In this case, that was enemy ground troop and mounted troop hit points, -6%. Alright, you can also touch them. Why this asks you to confirm whether you want to upgrade your champion or not is beyond me. Who wouldn't want to do that? But yeah, we want to touch her, okay? You can sit here and tap her all day long. It'll give you those hearts and also give you some experience over here. You can see it's at 158,700. We touch her one time. It's 165,700. So, and then this greet over here in the top left, click on that, go through all these windows here. I think that gives you 15,000. Yeah, something like that. To do that, you could do that 10 times a day. You just have to wait a minute cooldown. All right, so since I've used all my items, I'm not going to sit here and do all the touching and weird stuff. We'll just get out of there. Let's go see if I got any blazing work I need to do here. I'm going to go on siege.
You can call it a game, but I call it escape, building generals to stomp your face like
Alright, we'll just boost that up a little bit there. Always want to go in here and levy every day. These daily activities, this stuff right here, these chests and things that you open are pretty good. Try to get those things done. Another thing I wanted to do and show you, it's wildly expensive, but one of these other items I go for, and in fact, let's go to events here. There's some I can claim in here, so I'll go claim those. Show you what I kind of target. Here's one of them. So feeding dragons, I've got 2,941 of these medals here for feeding dragons. I'm actually ranked 6 in this, but they occasionally have this consuming return event for feeding dragons. Pretty nice. So there's a plethora of options in here. What I'm after is this dragon source fragment right here. So these are hard to come by. I'm gonna go ahead and buy as many as I can. Also these badges, it's not impossible to come by, but kind of hard. But the reason I buy those two is, we'll go over here back to dragon again. I'll show you that. Go into thieves, and then we go into talent on the bottom right. Now this is increased back end stats that you can put into your dragon. They constantly increase as long as you can put them up. I believe this goes to level 100, and gets expensive. You can see down, look at the very bottom here. It's going to take 82,900 gems to go to level 51. Let me say that again, 82,900 gems just to go up one level. 390 of the badges and 220 of the dragon source fragments. So you see why that stuff is valuable to get now. So if I want to go ahead and go to level 51 on this, which I'll just go ahead and do, you can see it doesn't take long to start cleaning out some stuff. So you hit it one time, boom, that's just so much stuff gone. But I'm on 51 now, 52, 53, 54, 55. Well, that was 500,000 gems, you know, just to go to level 55. So it's something you got to slow cook and slow roast. So it's kind of beneficial that these dragon source fragments and badges are hard to come by, because you can only go in and do a couple levels and you have to walk away, which I think is best for your sanity, because it's just expensive, just wildly. And we'll just leave that at that. I used my diamonds down a little significantly there. So put some of them babies up. If nobody's seen in Military Academy, that's right here. You know, if you don't have K36, you're not gonna have Military Academy. Now basically this is another academy. You can see it works a little different. It's got these main primary research fields, I guess you could say, that you have to fill out and max up, and then the little minor ones that go down in a scale. And most of this is for attack. It starts to stack you up pretty good. But, you know, you can see that this takes tactic scrolls there, in addition to gold, to do these. So that's where those tactic scrolls are used. Anyways, look, I don't want to keep this video too long. I wanted to gin up some conversation and just touch on a lot of different things. Go in and click around on some daily stuff that we do, as we're all doing all day long. All of us do this. This is how Evony's played. It's not actually played like most YouTube videos out there in sort of a guide format. It's actually played by just bouncing around, clicking around, all this middle stuff. It's sort of like when you watch a movie, you watch this whole amazing story, it's great, but no one ever poops or pees. And maybe it's just me, but I find myself wondering, okay, well, she's a great action star and she's doing wonderful and everything, but when did she poop? You know, they just don't show that part. On my YouTube channel, I like to poop. That's a sentence that could be taken out of context, but I like to show the middle poop. You know what I mean? All the stuff in between, the tapping, the scrolling, the messing up, the tapping on the wrong thing. This is what we do all day. This is the essence of Evony, and I just wanted to show a little bit of that so we could get in there and maybe produce some questions and get some other content going out of this activity here. And just do something a little bit different. So hey, there's a free play today. There's getting to some different aspects and showing a couple little cool things. Let's stay tuned for another video. We'll get into things. Lag seems to be pretty good, so I'll probably do some a lot of videos this weekend if I can. Server war starts tonight, so we'll get things going. We'll look forward to the lag, and remember, EvonyBites out.